Can I talk about housing first? Of course I can talk about housing first. It's right there on the list of things I love to talk about. For those of you who don't know, Housing First is 1811 East Lake is 20 years old this year. It's one of the earliest Housing First models in the country. Kinda. If you watched that last video, you might have seen this words pop up on top of the video. Because that's the concept of Housing First. The concept is, do you have to be sober in order to get sober? And the second part of that concept is, do you have to be sober to deserve a place to live? I don't have to pass a UA to sign a lease for an apartment. I don't have to pass a UA to sign a mortgage. But for some reason, when we offer shelter to people, we demand sobriety, even though we're trying to get them into shelter half the time so that they can find the stability to find their own path to sobriety. One of the things, though, that people don't know is the history of DESC, the company that established the 1811 Eastlake. I could be wrong about the dates, but back in the 80s, the city of Seattle basically said, we have a limited amount of shelters, and all of them are zero tolerance and faith-based. We have tons of people that are on the streets that are not able to get into these shelters because they can't abide by those rules. And it's not that they're not able to abide by those rules, it's that these individuals are in a crisis situation, need shelter tonight, and aren't allowed into the shelter because of that crisis situation. So they opened up DESC specifically to take the hardest cases of people who were not allowed in any of the other shelters. So the same people who are up in arms against these harm reduction policies or the Housing First model are the same people who will say, why are these people on the streets? Somebody needs to go gather them all up and put them someplace. Well, that's the reason for DESC. They literally were a shelter to accept the people that weren't accepted anywhere else. And when they took on that role, they found a bunch of needs that could be filled with new programs like Housing First. And it turns out Housing First works. Does it work for everybody? No. Does it work in all cases when some of the houses don't have on-site services? No. But it works enough that we keep trying. All right.